What's up, everybody? It's your boy Stevie the Black, that's T-E-V-E-E, the Black. I'm back. And I wanted to get this done yesterday, but, I got off work late, so didn't get a chance to. But I'm getting it out today, so it'll be a little bit different than it was originally going to be, but, you know. So, it's been 2 days after the game, and I'm starting to come around. I'm starting to feel a little better. It still stings a little bit because I felt like we could have made some noise in the playoffs and surprised some people, and things surprisingly fell our way, luckily. And what I mean by that is the Vikings went into New Orleans and they beat the Saints, which I don't hear nothing from Saints fans or the Saints organization. That's 3 years in a row. That's three strikes and you're out, man. I don't want to hear nothing. You ain't got nobody to blame but yourselves. Drew Brees didn't play all that good. Your defense definitely didn't play that good. And to top it all off, you lost to Kirk Cousins. I want you to remember that and let that sink in. But I have no reason to brag because we lost two. We lost two, so I shouldn't be bragging or saying anything like that. But just wanted to get that out there. But yeah, so because of that, that means the winner of our game, Eagles and Seahawks, was gonna go to Green Bay, and I thought that we could beat Seattle, obviously, with Carson Wentz, and I actually thought we had a real chance to beat Green Bay. We went there earlier in the year, survived, but they are a beatable team. You just have to be the right type of team. And I think I think that we could have gone there, and I think we could have won. And the difference maker would have been we would have had Deshaun Jackson back. And I think that would have made a world of difference, obviously. Opens up the offense more, gives us a deep threat. And then we could have seen what happened in the NFC Championship game. I think we would have lost to San Francisco, but I give us a fighting chance, you know? But life just isn't fair, and I know that firsthand for myself because just 8 snaps into his first playoff game, Carson Wentz gets all of it taken away from him. All of it. By a cheap shot by Jadeveon Clowney. And I'm not saying he's a dirty player, but that was a dirty play. Because I've watched that play over and over again, like 1,000 times. Wentz already going to the ground. Another Seahawks player was getting ready to touch him to let everyone know, oh, he's down. What Jadeveon Clowney did was unacceptable. And you see as he's going down with his head. And they connect. I don't even see how possibly he would have thought that would have been a shoulder. There's just no way. So what he did was stupid. That was dumb. It was dirty, and it you could say, and people are like, why are you so focused on the flag, right? Because the flag, that wouldn't matter. Carson Wentz still would have been out. No. I don't care. I want the 15 yards, but I also think he should have been ejected from the game because that was not that's just not necessary. That's unnecessary. Okay, and if that were Lamar Jackson, if that was Patrick Mahomes, if that was Deshaun Watson, heck, I'll even say Josh Allen. If it was any of those guys, definitely if it was Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady. But I'm just talking about the young guys. If it was any of those guys, they would have been flagged and they would have been out of the game. But for some reason, Carson Wentz, this man can't catch a break. This has nothing to do with him being injury prone. He was taken out of the game. It was out of his control. The only one that's his fault, well, are the first two. One, because he ran into the danger himself with torn ACL, although they didn't have to hit him like that. And in the back, I think that results in him coming back and him trying to do too much all that sort of thing. So both things were his fault, but not this last one. That's totally on the player. Totally on Jadeveon Clowney, which, if you guys remember last year, tried to rip Nick Foles' neck off his shoulders with the face mask. Let's not forget that. But yeah, I mean, you saw how Jadeveon was dominating that game. Like, he should have been ejected. He single-handedly ended the Eagle season, man, and it felt so bad for Carson because he fought so hard to get us there, to win the division, to get us in the playoffs, to play his first playoff game, and just not even a full quarter, and he's taken out, man. It's life's just not fair. Life is just not fair. Um, but not that I've moved on, but I'm already starting to think about the future and all the different changes that we need to make. What so you guys know, certain players need to go. I think Jason Peters, he says that he wants to come back. No, 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 no. You have two options. Two. You can either retire. Actually, three. You can either retire. You can, so that way you give, because Andre Dillard, in those few games that he got to play, he did fine. He was fabulous. You saw the potential, right? You saw it. He was great. It's only going to get better, but he's only going to get better if he plays, right? So either option one is JP, love you, you're a Hall of Famer, but either retire, become a coach. I think if he becomes an offensive line coach, I think that would be great, especially for Dillard. Number two, you become the backup. You become the backup to Andre Dillard. Remember, this is all about Andre Dillard here, basically, guys. Follow me here. On the third thing, and this is the interesting one, you move to left guard. If you really still want to play, and he says he can play another 2 years, then you move to guard. If he's willing to do that, then that's a pretty good offensive line right there. You got Dillard, you got Peters, you got Kelsey, you got Brooks, you got Lane. We already got the best offensive line in football when they want to be. But that, literally, to me, that would be the best offensive line in football. I mean, you got a couple of Hall of Famers, all pros, and an up and coming guy. That's a good luck trying to get to Carson Wentz on that line, through that line, right? So that's my thoughts on that. I think obviously, like I said, you keep Greg Ward. He earned his spot on this team. Great slot guy. Single-handedly the only wide receiver that saved our season. Boston Scott, the new Darren Sproles. I think you keep him. Nelson Aguilar, he can go. Thanks for the Super Bowl, bro. But other than that, that's the only thing you did right. You can go. What's that man's name? I think we should re-sign Jordan Howard. I like that combination of those three guys. You got Jordan Howard, you got your power back, you got your drain the clock guy and short yardage guy. You've got Boston Scott, your new Darren Sproles, and you've got Miles Sanders, the electrifying player, the guy who can run and pass. He could be the new Shady type guy, you know. A lot of people are saying trade JJ or cut him, whatever. I'm not on that boat yet. I want to give him one more year. And if I don't see any improvement, especially, he should be motivated after DK Metcalf came in his house and tore the house down. I mean, he dominated. So he should be motivated to be better and be stronger and be a better player. So he gets one more year. If he doesn't see any improvement, out. Trying to think who else on offense. Deshaun Jackson. Deshaun. I'll keep Deshaun. I like Deshaun. I really do. But the thing is, it's will he stay healthy? Will he stay healthy? I made the point earlier in the season of saying put Deshaun in the slot, right? I think if you have a chance to get Robbie Anderson, you go do it. You go get him. But he will be in such high demand, I don't know if you will get him. But if you have a chance to get him, go get him. Alshon Jeffrey, bench him. Love the guy. Love what he did during the Super Bowl. Done with him. Done with him. He's not worth it for the cap. Nobody's going to trade for that man. And I think he got the same type of injury that Jalen Mills got. So he's already slow enough as it is. With a foot injury, nah. If he comes back, he's going to have to be a bench guy because done. Nope, can't do it. I'm done with him. And it's the funny thing. I loved Alshon Jeffrey. I really, really did. And he came to Philadelphia just to play with Carson Wentz. It's amazing to me how, in less than 3 years, he totally flip-flops, and now he's practically leaking stuff. Now, we don't know, but who else could it be, right? Leaking things to Josina Anderson. Those two are close. Come on, who else is talking to her? Who else? I think that's everybody on the offense. Defensive side, this whole secondary needs to go, man. Malcolm Jenkins is the only one I'll keep, and I really like Jenkins. I'm done with McLeod. He did okay, but I think he was on like a 1-year prove a deal, and he really didn't do a whole lot. So he can go. Nigel Bradham can go. All the other linebackers, they can go. All the corners, they can go. Although I do like Mills, he is suitable. He's suitable. When we get to the red zone and when we get to the end zone, he's typically pretty good, so I like him. If you want to keep Sidney, fine, but he has got to be a backup. He cannot be a, what do you call it? He cannot be a starter. He just can't. I'm sorry. He can't do it. It's similar. It's crazy. He's kind of like Nelson Aguilar, but on the defense. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. How do you get 2 Nelson Aguilars on the same team? On the opposite side of the ball. Only happens to the Eagles, man. Only happens to the Eagles. Yeah, so speaking of Malcolm, pay him. He deserves it. But we do need to find a replacement. Thinking maybe by toward the end of next year and then the beginning of the following season, he needs to be the backup because he's the only reliable player we have, but he's also getting up there in age, man, and I don't know how much longer he can go. So pay him because he does deserve it, but we need to find his replacement. I've seen some people say that maybe Rasul can play safety. If that's the case, suit him up. Let him learn. Let him do it. I've heard the same thing about Jalen Mills as well. But like I said, we can keep Jalen Mills. I do like him. Defensive line, Fletcher Cox needs some help, man. Look, there are levels to this. And technically Aaron Donald had a down year, and yet he still had 10 sacks. Fletcher Cox only had like 3. And while he did dominate the game in the Seahawks, he can't do it by himself. Get the man some help. I'm about this close to cutting that man Derek Barnett because he has done absolutely nothing. I'm gonna give him one more chance too because I understand why people don't like to give up on draft picks, so I'm gonna give him one more year. He could be a Brandon Graham type of situation, but Brandon Graham took forever, man. He took forever. So there's that. Speaking of which, still love Brandon Graham, but he's getting up there too. So give him another couple of years. He even said it himself that he would want to train some of the younger guys and that he could be a role player type guy. And I have no problem with that. I'm actually glad he said that. So that way he's already in that mindset. Maybe he needs to go talk to Jason Peters. Let's see here. I think that's about it. And as for the coaches, man, people, you have swayed me. I don't want Jim Schwartz to go. As much as he frustrates me, I don't want him to go. But we need to get him the right players for his scheme because the pass rush is inconsistent, and because we have an inconsistent pass rush, the secondary suffers, and the only thing that's consistent is the running stop. But when you stop the run, you open up our what do you call it? You reveal our other biggest weakness, which is we can't stop the pass. So so I just hope that give him the right pieces, give him the right players, and let's go do this thing, man. Because honestly, this defense has not been the same since the Super Bowl year. That year, they were consistent, they were clutch, they were great. But since that time, they have just been inconsistent as a whole. And I don't know why. Maybe it's something that other teams saw on the tape from Bill Belichick, and Tom Brady. But it's crazy, man. It's crazy to me how they just have not been the same. And maybe it is because they got fat off the ring. Don't know. Hope it's not true. But like I said, we are cutting like most of them anyway. So let's see. Carson Walsh, I think his name is. Press Taylor, gotta go. Wide receiver coach, I think that's his name is Carson Walsh. Yeah, he's gotta go. Wide receivers this year, we all know we're trash. We're underdeveloped. It's unbelievable. Press Taylor, I believe he's the quarterback coach. He's gotta go. We want somebody. We need a John DeFilippo, somebody who's gonna push Carson, somebody who's gonna get under his skin to force him to do the right things, to do the better things, things that he should do, right? Because he what's the word I'm looking for? Letting Carson Wentz have free range is and being buddy with the coach. That's not a good thing. We need the coaches are there to push them and get under the skin and get the best out of them, So we need that for Carson Wentz. And then obviously the big one, Mike Groh. He's got to go too, because honestly, you could say it's not fair. Injuries the past 2 years, we don't know what we really are. And give credit to him and Doug Peterson. They figured it out both times at the end of the year. We got into the playoffs. But I'm tired of going 9-7. I really, really am. 9-7 is not going to cut it next year. It's not. Because the Cowboys are getting better. The Redskins are getting better. The Giants are debatable. But they're trying to get better. 9-7 is not going to win this division. Not anymore. We are no longer the clear-cut best team in the division. Nope. Not true. It's not true. I hate to say it, but that is the truth. We are no longer the best. I think we still have the best coach. I think we still have the best quarterback. But we are no longer the clear-cut best team. Jason Garrett was the thing that was holding the Cowboys back. Now they got Mike McCarthy, who gets another chance at redemption to show the world that he can do it, to prove Aaron Rodgers wrong. Ron Rivera, he's a good coach. He's got Jack Del Rio as his defensive coordinator. Redskins are going to be a tough team to beat next year. And the Giants, we'll see, man. We'll see. Because they got a lot. They got a wide receivers coach from the Patriots. What's his name? Joe Judge, to be their new head coach. He's an unknown. But then they got Jason Garrett to be their OC. Or at least they're trying to. So, I mean, we'll see how it goes with the Giants. But this division is not a cakewalk anymore. It's going to be harder. And 9-7 is not going to cut it. And then one last thing before I get on out of here, because this video has gone on too long. The opponents for next year. Oh my God. Oh my God. I mean, at home, we've got the Ravens, the Seahawks, the Saints, the Rams. I mean, that is brutal. That is brutal. On top of the NFC East, which has gotten better. That is brutal. And then we got to go to the Browns. We got to go back to Aaron Rodgers, Lambeau. We got to go to Arizona. Next year going to be hard, man. I'm not trying to speak negativity or nothing like that. You know what? I'm not even going to say it. But you know what I was thinking. Let me know what you guys think about the opponents down in the comment section down below. Because next year going to be hard, man. It's going to be hard. It's going to be really hard. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's going to be hard. I'm not looking forward to next year. It's going to be brutal. But the changes still need to come. Because next year will be year 3 removed from the Super Bowl. And either you start to... And it's time to let that go. It's time to drop that. That was 3 years ago or 2 years ago. You know, it was great. It happened. We hosted something. We hosted the Lombardi Trophy. We did the impossible by beating one of the greatest dynasty to do it too. But it's time to let that go. As fans, we need to let that go. It's time to move on. As an organization, they definitely need to let it go and move on. Okay? It's time to move on. Forget about it. Act like it never happened. Because honestly, I'm sick and tired of talking about it. I really am. You can say, how could you say that? You're an Eagles fan. You should enjoy that forever. Oh, I'm always going to be grateful. But I want more. In order to get more, you can't keep thinking about the past. You can't keep thinking about what you did do. It's time. It's what have you done for me lately? Not, oh, you remember what we did? No. So, that's pretty much it. Those are my thoughts. You know, it sucks that we're out of the playoffs. I thought we could make a real deep playoff run, but dirty plays and life just happened. And I also gave you guys my thoughts on the future. So let me know what you guys think. How are you feeling a couple days removed from the game? How are you looking toward are you looking forward to the future? I'm telling you right now, I'm not looking forward to next season. But player-wise, I'm in team development-wise, I am looking forward to the future. I have an update on the channel that will come tomorrow. And because, like I said, this video is going on too long now. So I will see you guys tomorrow. And if you're not done with that, I've just got 3 words for you from the last time talking about the Eagles this season. Unless something comes up. Fly, Eagles, fly. Peace.